take you on a stoplight, head over heels. You and I will fall again, and then through the magic of moonlight, hand in hand, we'll forget about the world and fly from the crowds. Just you holding me tight. So high the sky, they got nothing on us tonight. Let's start flight with me. Oh, the last and intoxicating starlight. What else can I do? Whisper I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, citizens, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve, otherwise known as Pin, and today we're going to take a look at a ship that is quite frankly growing on me very rapidly. It is, I would say, nearly becoming one of my daily drivers for the various missions within the verse. I am of course talking about the Origin 300 series of ships, and in particular the 325A Interceptor by Origin Jumpworks. Now, this is one of four variants. There's a 300i, which is a base model. Then we have a 315p, which is a Pathfinder model. Then we have a 350R, which is the racing model. And of course, we have the 325A, the one we're going to take a look at today, the Interceptor variant of the 300 ships. So this thing is awesome. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And in hindsight, if I had known how good and I wasn't so newbie when I started this game, I think I would have upgraded to this ship because it offers quite a lot for its size. It does have internal storage for 4 SCU, which I think is going to be very useful with 317 in the coming future. But we will discuss that in a bit more detail later on. So the 325A then, it's a great little ship. It packs a punch. For its size and for a civilian craft, it really can handle its own. As I said, it's relatively well armoured, so when armour does eventually get modelled into the game, this will be able to take a lot more punishment than, say, some of the other 300 models that we have in the game at the moment. Now, when it comes to how this ship looks aesthetically, I actually really like it. It's very sleek. It's got the sort of wings that sweep back and fold over at the back of the engine. So it looks speedy. I wouldn't say it looks particularly aggressive, but it has some nice flows to it. I think it's a very nice, nimble little looking ship. Of course, we have the wings that sort of round out and fold over the top of the engine, which looks cool. The engines themselves are pretty nice and responsive, and I think, again, aesthetically, they look really nice. Being an Origin ship, of course, there are going to be some luxuries on board. The cockpit is really nicely thought out, very bright MFDs, easy to reach, excellent view in the cockpit, as you can see, which is another huge selling point for most people. Now, I'm trying not to come across as an Origin fanboy, but you can't deny that some of their stuff is pretty cool. Okay, civilian or not, they make some cool stuff. So the pilot is very much at home when he's out interdicting. When he or she is out interdicting in the interdicting variant of the ship, who says you can't do it in comfort, right? So the 300 series of ships are very good anyway, but for me the 325A just has too many pluses. It can sort of do everything, and I like to think of it as a true multi-role fighter within the verse, which is a pretty strong statement, but there isn't really much that this ship can't do. It's speedy, it has more firepower than its counterparts. You know, it's got the sleek design. We can carry 4 SCU. We can swap out the various weapons. We've got a size 4 on the nose there, 2 size 3s located on the wings, 4 size 2 missiles and 4 size 3 missiles, which are stored. Some of them are stored in an internal bay underneath the ship. So we've got a lot going for it. and it is a very sort of unique multi-role ship in my eyes, and the more I drive it, the more I enjoy it, if that makes sense. It is a great little vessel. So in my eyes, it is a very good multi-role ship, and if I'd known more about it, like I said, when I started playing this game, I would have almost certainly bought this, because we can explore the verse, try all different types of missions. We could do the box delivery missions with the 4 SCU we have. We could have done the bunker missions. Obviously, we can bounty hunt. It has a bed, so we can log in and out when it works properly with ease. And these things all make for a good time, I think. So yeah, well armoured, can pack a punch. We can swap the weapons out to anything we want, really. We could slap a size 4 Galderine on the front if we wanted to. Its compact capability is better than the rest of the 300 series. So all of these things are going for it. It does have an extra fuel tank as well, if you compare it to the likes of the Titan Stalker and ships of that sort of category. So it has a lot of pluses, this ship, which I wish I'd known about earlier, because it does allow us to do various missions throughout the verse. Great little starter ship to get started with. I think I definitely, almost certainly would have bought this if I'd known more about it. So that's my bad, and I would recommend this as a starter ship for anyone who's looking to get into the verse and cause some mischief. This ship can handle itself, and of course you can do it in style. Here we are in a little dogfight with a Eclipse, not really taking it too seriously, to be honest. But yeah, the firepower is great. It is, in fact, I think it's the same as the Titan series of ships. So the damage output is fairly respectable for such a small civilian craft ship. It handles itself very well, and I wish I'd known about it earlier, to be honest. So there we go. We absolutely shred that Eclipse, no problem. Now, I like the Gatling guns on the front of this, and I decided not to take them off, and this is the stock loadout, but you could, if you wanted to, slap some attrition 4s on there on the hard point attrition 4 and the 2 size 3 attritions, but I kind of like the stock loadout. I think it's effective. I haven't seen a need to change it at this particular moment in time. Now let's talk about how I intend to use this ship in 317. This will be my bunker busting ship. So here we have the little cargo ramp that is an internal storage bay, so you pop your cargo on board and it will disappear into the hull of the ship. I intend to do several bunker missions with this ship, steal all of the equipment of corpses, drag those crates via tractor beam or whatever it might be onto the cargo bay, load it up, go sell it, come back, hit another bunker, do the same. And I think it's going to be an excellent ship to do that in. It's fast, it's nimble, it handles well, and in between journeys, of course, you're going to get views like this. This is inside behind the pilot's seat. As you can see, intercepting's never been so comfortable. I mean, look at it. So we do get a very nice interior that you would expect from a company like Origin Jump Works, who take pride in the luxury side of space travel. So we do get a bed. Opposite that, we have like a kitchen area, and at the back we have a gun rack and an armor suit. So again, when that gets implemented, doing the bunker missions, changing into the appropriate armor, bringing your weapons is going to all be very useful. The kitchen, although barren at the moment, we will, I believe, be able to put third-party items on there, i.e. microwaves, coffee machines, things of that nature. So that is going to be cool, so we can fill that kitchen out to make it useful. The bed is going to be extremely useful as well for when you want to log in and log out of the game, as I said, when it works correctly. So that is a nice nifty little feature on board this ship. And you don't lose any comfort in here, right? We have like red accent and blue lights everywhere. If I had one gripe, I'm not too keen on the red personally, but it's something that I can live with. It's not horrible, but fairly roomy. And of course there is an onboard toilet as well, to when that mechanic enters the game, you will be well catered for on this Origin 325A, who said you can't intercept in style, right? Nobody, and that's exactly what they've done here. Great little ship, and I would highly recommend it if you're new to the verse and are looking to get involved with a multi-role ship. Then I think the 325A, there aren't many ships out there that can beat it. Right, let's take a look now then at stock components. I haven't changed anything, so it will be stock, so that you can see what you will receive if you decide to purchase this ship. So we have 2 coolers, okay? I don't know why that's not rendering in. We'll leave that for a minute. So we have 2 coolers. They're size 1, grade 3, class C military bracers by Aegis Dynamics. So they're the 2 coolers that we get to start with. Then we get the power plant, which is a Regulus size 1, grade 3, grade C class military power plant. I've had no issues with this, but if I was to change it, it'd probably be the JS, I think it's 400. Quantum drive, I would swap for an Atlas. The range on this particular one isn't brilliant. Size 1, grade 3 military. It's the beacon from Waytech. And then shield generators, we have the all-stop. Again, they're not particularly brilliant, but they're size 1, class C, grade C, sorry, military shields, which I would probably change for FR76, I want to say. Then we have the various missiles, so don't forget that we have those, which also pack quite a significant punch. So we have Arrestor missiles, size 3, which are pretty potent. Then we have Dominators, which is size 2, and they are electromagnetic. And they also pack quite a punch, it has to be said. And then we have 2 fixed location cannons, which are the M5A cannons, size 3, grade 1, which again do quite a lot of DPS for their size. And then finally on the nose we have the Revenant Gatling gun, which is size 4, grade 1, which just punches through shields like nobody's business. So very well armed, this ship. For its size, can almost certainly pack a punch. Great little ship. Thoroughly enjoying it. So that's the sort of stock components we get for this ship. Now we're going to do our little walk around and discuss some of the features on board the vessel itself. Okay, so approaching the Origin 325A Interceptor, and you can see it is very sleek design and has a monstrous nose-mounted size 4 weapon, which I'm going to stop talking about now because we've discussed that quite a lot. But I do like the lines, shapes and rivets of this ship. So we have very cool LED stripped headlights, with all sorts of nuts and bolts and God knows what else. Even the landing gear look very well detailed, very sleek, moving towards the rear of the ship. We have the fuel scoop intakes as well. We have the fixed wing weapons. So we have our cannons and missiles strapped to the outside, which is pretty handy. Looking pretty venomous. And then the wings sort of fold round the back, which is a nice touch. Very sort of stylish spacecraft, I think you'll agree. We have some LED lights in the wings as well. It's all very sleek. It does look quite aerodynamic. In atmosphere it handles relatively well. It has no problem cutting through the atmosphere. It's pretty rapid. In space the handling is also very good. Then we move around to the rear of the ship where the wings fold over the back. Engines are really cool. I do like the look of them. They're like staggered sort of exhaust system here for the engines. Looking good. Moving around to the other side, it's pretty much symmetrical. So we do have the tricycle landing gear, of course, and we have the other set of missiles and the other size 3 fixed cannon located under the wing, and another LED light strapped built into the wing itself. And then we come full circle. So it's not a massive ship by any means, but it is very, very cool. And the more I drive it, the more I enjoy it. I just think it's a great little ship. And finally, we come back round to the nose with those sleek headlights. And of course, a nice blacked out windscreen. Okay, so let's now then get in the ship and see what we have on board. So we enter the ship. You'll be greeted with this ladder. Oh, and in we go. For a second I thought we were about to fall off of that, but we're good, we're good. So immediately to the left, of course, we have the cockpit surrounded by the blue LED strips. Nice floors. Here we have the toilet facility with some mega bright LEDs in there. Not quite sure why that's a thing, but still, you know, who doesn't like RGB toilets? So we'll close that. So there's really everything you could possibly need in terms of minimal survival is here on board. We have the bed here. At the foot of the bed we have a small plasma TV or LCD TV or whatever it is. Of course we have this excellent ceiling window, which is very nice. We have the kitchen area with a basic sink, and we do also get to the left down here you can see this little mini fridge, which we will be able to stock and keep things cool. Underneath we have like another storage area, but again I think we need to get some third-party items on here, a couple of coffee machines, a microwave and things of that nature. Towards the rear we have our weapon rack, nicely lit, and we have a clothing rack here which will come in handy, and then various sort of glass holders at the moment for those moments when you've just murdered someone and want to chill with a glass of champagne. So it's all here at the back, and it is comfortable. It is very nicely lit. There is plenty of window light coming in. So very nice place to sit and be in the Origin 300 ships. But very nice to have that comfort in a Interceptor, I would argue. Okay, now we are in the driver's seat, and we can see that the view is quite frankly astonishing. It's another huge selling point for me with the Origin ships. Their cockpit design is very nicely designed and easy for the pilot to get that excellent situational awareness, especially being an intercept ship. That is only a good thing. We can open the exterior from this seat, which will lower the SCU ramp and the doors at the same time, and we can of course close that as well. Very smooth animations, looks really good. So we have the basic sort of layouts. We have our 4 MFDs, digital, again, no physical copies, and just a great place to sit and explore the verse. As I said, I think if you're new to this game, you should probably look into this ship as an upgrade from your Aurora or Mustang. And even if you're a veteran, this is almost certainly a very good little daily driver run around ship. So there we go, guys. That was my video on the Origin 325A Interceptor. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what buttons to press, and I will have more Star Citizen content en route to your location very soon. Cheers.